Hi all, and welcome to the video. In this one, it's Let's Build a Toon Series 3, number 40. So we're here in Old Athen, and not a lot has changed. I've not been that busy. I've been on a bit of a AO holiday, let's be honest. But yes, I am back. No, I haven't quit, etc. Yes, there will be more Anarchy Online, probably a lot more Anarchy Online fairly soon. We are due Let's Build a Toon Series 4, which I'm probably going to kick off either the very end of this month or the beginning of the next. I just thought it might work out better that way. Anyhow, we have got some dailies to do. So let's have a look. We've got, or should have, Talk to Warden Staines. We should probably go and do that. So yeah, I've been doing this, that and the other. It's been kind of busy in real life as well, which has also made it a little more difficult to find the time to actually get some videos done. And by time, I don't just mean time to play, which has been short of late, but also time to record. And there is a difference. There can be a lot of noise in your house and you can still play a video game. However, it's not quite the same when you're trying to record, especially if, like me, you actually talk on your videos. Some people do, some people don't. I choose to speak, and because I choose to speak, then lots of noise in the background is a bit of a problem. Oh, nearly missed it. You feel the core of your being shift as the source makes room for a divine presence. Computera has reached enlightenment. Congratulations. Now you've got some research to do. So let's go do diseased first, you know, just for a bit of difference. Which way shall we go? Let's go the same way we always bloody go. Yes, it is the grind. I've been putting it off. What I should really do is plenty of Inferno missions and belt out some research. We are getting close. We're getting there slowly but surely. There's still plenty to do, as you can see, and the AI levels also. I desperately need to get finished. What AI level am I now? Let's have a look. AI 23. Oh god, 7 levels to go on AI, which is always the one I hate the most. It just is. It's always takes the longest, and yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. Dio is running. If you're not sure what Dio is, I have got a video which shows doing Dio as a playthrough video, and we literally do Dio. It's basically kill a general that is a dust brigade general, and once that's done, then you're free to go off and, you know, do plenty of other stuff as well. Someone asked as well, can you please play in first person? Well, yeah, I kind of can, but I feel like I'm losing an awful lot of kind of view, to be honest. I feel like I can't see nearly as much in game as I can in third person, but yes, we can do that. It's fairly static looking, as you can see. Oh, my map had decided it was going elsewhere. I'm pretty sure I did this not so long ago. Yeah, there we go. And someone asked if I'm using a reshade. Yes, I am. Let me just quickly show you. There we go. I've just got reshade on, and it isn't a preset. It is quite simply a one I've made up. If you want the settings, I can post them for you. So I've got adaptive sharpening, very, very low. Bloom I'm not using. SMAA I've got to edge detection threshold 0.05, max search steps 64, max search steps diagonal and corner routing both at 8, and that's it. And then vibrance 0.15. That's it. that's all that's running, and it does improve it. I'll just switch it off. Yeah, it's not doing much, is it? But if you look at, well, let's find something with some straight lines on it that shouldn't be there, and you will almost immediately see the jaggies. We zoom out. I don't know if you can make out on YouTube, at least, that the spikes there on the shoulder pads are just a bit jaggy. Maybe if I do that, and then when I switch it back on, they're gone. So yeah, it's very subtle. It is very subtle, but yeah, I just prefer it, so I stay with it. There we go. How are we doing here? That needs recasting. So I'll stand here like a numpty for 5 minutes while I cast it. So yeah, stuff has been going on in real life that has prevented me from doing much. I was able to do the stuff has been going on in real life that has prevented me from making any AO videos. And you're thinking, well, how were you able to make the Skyrim ones? Well, the Skyrim ones were done so far are literally only, I think, 3 play sessions in total. It's a different kind of format, really. That's the difference. With AO, you're kind of, you know, so much is kind of team based, etc. That you're kind of relying on when people are around and when they're not, and there's a limit to how much noise I can make during the evenings. Whereas with Skyrim and games like that, you know, like Fallout or The Witcher 3, I was able to sort of get those done, you know, record 6 hours worth and then just sort of edit that into, you know, 2, 3, maybe even 4 episodes, depending how much sort of downtime there was. This is looking awfully naked. Ooh, I think this got battered looking at it. Yes I do. So yeah, that's why I'm able to do that, whereas with Anarchy Online you kind of have to go when things are happening. So let's say we were in a team mission, a lot of noise started kicking off. I'd either have to stop talking or at least stop recording my voice, because all the noise from the house would be coming through the microphone. Yes, it would. The studio, the little home studio I use, has acoustic conditioning. It does not have soundproofing. A lot of people think they are in fact the same thing. No, they are not. They are quite different. Acoustic conditioning is when you reduce all the reflections, etc., within a room to make it acoustically transparent and or dead. Soundproofing is exactly what it sounds like. It's a method to reduce the volume of sound emanating from a given area. So if you're recording live drums, you would normally have them in a room that is both acoustically treated and also soundproof or soundproofed. In other words, it'd be reducing the amount of noise coming out. It certainly wouldn't be stopping it. Right, prisoner, you have 24 minutes, so we're going to be hanging around. Yeah, so in Skyrim, I can just hit pause and wait for things to calm down. You can't do that in Anarchy Online. You're in a live game. You know, it just doesn't quite work like that. Actually, I should buff myself a bit more as well while I think about it. Have I got everything I need on the pets? Pretty much. Twitchy, I'll just give him a quick trim. Yeah, a little bit more to get done on the character. Not a massive amount, though. We did have that in the control, but that's now been replaced with, that Job right arm with the burst. Now, once I upgrade this to the beta control, and then upgrade that once again to the alpha, then you get burst in there, which is certainly going to help. Left hand, yeah, I know, I mean, really? I should really upgrade that one. That is pretty terrible. And I've still got in a bag, yes, I haven't put them in yet. I am terribly lazy. So, yeah. I do want to carry on with the the solar-powered pistol, but it's the misfilled jar. That's the problem. That's the stumbling block for me. I refuse to pay billions for an item of that little import. It just isn't worth that to me. It's kind of like, really? That much? You know, it's just no, because look, you've got this option and this option. However, what someone told me, and I didn't know this, is if we just go back to the engineer pistol, you see there its requirements are weaponsmithing and pistol. Now they also affect the AR, but the weaponsmithing won't stop you from equipping it. So it's quite unique in AO weapons. Most of the weapons that require 2 different damage types or multiple skills, you have to be within the OE range or within 80% of that skill requirement. However, with this one, it is not quite the same. It does work a bit differently, and the higher your mechanical engineering on your engineer, the higher the damage output is from that particular pistol. So there's going to be an IPR, definitely, when I'm going to get all the research done, finish the research, get the AI done, get Apotheosis finished. Once all that's done, then I'm going to do an IPR and put alphas in, and then start thinking about where to spend the skills, because I've got a lot of overspend in some, like in nano and casting. I think I've got too much in time space, and that one, what am I wearing? Yeah, I've got that in there, you know, and I can swap to that, and you go, oh, but you can't cast, you know, like Gift of Assurance. Well, it's situational. It's situational. Let's say we're buffing up before a mission. Well, you just HUD swap. That's just, you know, like so, do the buff, click again, and you've swapped back. You know, job's a good one. And that's kind of it. Whereas some other buffs, you need to be able to cast on the fly. In other words, they're buffs that you will use more often, like the blind, like, you know, the snare, stuff like that. And or the pets. You know, you may need to recast your pets quite often in a tougher raid. They might be taking a lot of damage. And speaking of tougher raids, I did a little bit of recording on it. There was an Arc stroke GM event, which was out in, oh god, it was out in was it Wailing Waste? When you exit out east from Old Athen, yeah, it was up there, and there were NPCs. Well, they weren't NPCs actually. They were in fact Arcs and GMs. Yes, we actually have them. Playing very large, very powerful aliens. And when I say large and powerful, I'm not joking. I mean, these were seriously large and powerful. One of them actually sent me a PM, which I can't show you, but they did, during the battle. But they were outputting damage akin to being hit directly without buffs by the beast. In other words, they were outputting a bit more damage than the beast would in a given raid. So yeah, we got pretty spanked, but we hung around for as long as we could. But we were in a team that sort of decided halfway through the event that let's just get some missions done. We want that XP, which is, yeah, okay, fair enough. Someone also PM'd me and asked me about what happened to the blood, the bloodstained cloak. Yeah, I put it on GMI and sold it in the end. Nobody in Guild needed it on any particular toon, or, you know, obviously shade, because it's shade only. So yeah, I just thought, well, I don't need it. Let's just put it on GMI, and I put it on pretty cheap. I think I put it on for 400 mil. Seems a bit more realistic to me. So yeah, I mean, you know, collect 10 of those and sell them, and you've bought a grace. You know, if you can manage to get 10 in a month. It was actually quite a big fluke that we actually got that while we were there dancing with diners. Something else we'll be doing later is going to Inferno again, I think. Yeah, someone asked me what CPU I'm using. I think I can do this. There we go. It's not that new. I'm on an X79 platform, which is obviously 4-channel memory. Hopefully you can make this out. That's my CPU there. It is supposed to run at 3.8, but this particular CPU has what they call a soft lock multiplier. That means if I go into the BIOS and just type, I think, up to 43 into the multiplier, it just automatically does it. So it sits there at those sort of temps running games. It is pretty warm in this room right now, because ambient temperature obviously has quite an effect. I mean, it's a direct correlation. If you're in a room that's 10 degrees warmer than the one I am in, then, yeah, guess what? It's going to run 10 degrees warmer, because that's the environment it's in. It's quite warm here at the moment, so it's not running too much above ambience. And also I've got all the fans and everything set really quite low. Okay. Diseased is up. I'm going to buff this, which is improved shield of the blah blah blah, and send the pets in. Just make sure Twitchy has in fact got that particular buff. Need to move that a little bit. Nope, it's decided he's on me. I think I'm going to move the team window right down there. I've still got my defensive HUD in. I don't see anybody around, no. Because that's always a thing. I can be solely focused directly on this guy, especially if you're someone playing in first person, and be completely unaware there's someone stood behind you. However, in third person, you have a lot more chance of actually seeing them. Also, quite useful. I just wish we had better damage. I think I may even have to heal Twitchy. There we go. One more. There we go. Let's keep the blind as long as we can on El Preserino. So that's the thing. I've got so many high-level characters that I've leveled up before, etc., that, to be honest, it can feel very sameish going through the same routine again. And I think the mistake I made was doing so many Let's Build series so close together without taking enough of a break to do other stuff. If you remember, we did the very first one I did was just called the Vet Playthrough, and I just played through a shade character to 205, even though I have a maxed out, for PVM at least, 220 shade. It was just to show people the ropes, really, and it was something of an experiment to see, you know, whether I could actually, you know, maintain something for that long. I see a lot of people getting into YouTube, and it makes me quite happy to see them getting in, especially if they're trying to promote a game like Anarchy Online. I mean, it's a two-edged sword, obviously, because people are clearly wanting to, you know, go on YouTube and become an overnight millionaire, and the truth about that, really, guys, is it's a bit like buying a guitar and expecting to become a rock star. Yeah, a lot of the same kind of rules, if you like, apply. In other words, yeah, it can happen, and it's happened for people, but it's usually there's usually some similar factors all of the time. We last saved here, did we? Oh yeah, I think we were doing some raiding around here. Well, that's not too bad. We're not a bazillion miles from where I want to go. Let's take the quick way down. Ooh, look, pretty crystals. Yeah, don't expect to be, you know, starting a channel and uploading videos and becoming a success in 24 hours, because it just does not work that way. You've got to produce really good content now. The bar has really been lifted, so just like becoming some rock star, you've got to be a really good guitar player. People are not fooled by, you know, wannabes that can't really play anymore. Not as much as they used to be, at least. And then on top of that, there are so many other people trying to do the same thing. So unless there's something about your channel that people latch onto, it won't happen. It's like me. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and people, you know, by the stick they are measuring me with, feel that, you know, I'm doing well. And to be honest, no, it's still a hobby channel. That's all it is. I mean, yes, I'm very, very grateful to 1,500 people, you know, 1,500 plus people that have actually subscribed. Blows me away, to be quite honest. But honestly, I mean, look at, you know, average channels on YouTube. They've got way higher sub count than me, way higher view counts, and they're playing games that seem to appeal to a wider audience. When I do the Skyrim video, I'm hoping to attract people that like Skyrim, but the truth is the YouTube, so the platform itself, is completely saturated. You know, it's like, oh, you know, I can play all these Steve Vai licks. Well, here's the thing. We already have Steve Vai, and Steve Vai sounds like Steve Vai better than anyone else does. You know, so trying to imitate him, you know, it may gain you a certain amount of fame, in the same way being an impressionist will. But, you know, if you're a comedian that writes their original content comedy, then you're going ultimately to do better if you're successful at all, because you are creating something new. And everyone that's become massively successful has all, you know, they have those factors. They have ability. What they produce is really good. It's very high quality. And I mean, if you are starting out, I don't expect anyone to start out and produce really high quality content straight off. It takes learning. You need to learn how to edit your videos, how to produce them, recording techniques. You need to sort your audio out if you're going to be speaking on your thing. You know, there's an awful lot to consider. And, you know, just expecting to sort of make a YouTube channel and get massive amounts of views instantly, it's just completely unrealistic. You know, I bought a Fender Strat, therefore, you know, I deserve 1 million subs. Well, it doesn't work like that. Never has, to be honest. Anyway, we've got some big ugly alien things to kill. Let's send the boys in. I'm just going to stand back on this one, because it takes as long as it takes. This is a lot easier on an NT, I will be honest. Just blind anything that's coming at me. We don't get any XP from them, which is kind of a shame. So yeah, I mean, good luck to everyone doing that. And, you know, I genuinely mean that. But, you know, don't expect too much unless you're prepared to put an awful lot of work into it, because everybody else is. I mean, I've seen people that started channels after I started messing around with YouTube and YouTube videos, and they're doing better than me. Well, yeah, and they probably deserve it. They've put more into it or whatever, or they found a game or, you know, some kind of a platform whereby, you know, the audience is bigger. You know, I'm producing stuff on YouTube for a game with a pretty small following. So therefore my, you know, YouTube thing will always be pretty small, I think. My God, the camera shake's overpowering, isn't it? Yeah, so, you know, good luck to anyone doing that. I've got nothing but encouragement for you, but what I see is a lot of people try it for maybe a month, 2 months, and then they just quit. They just give up. And that's the other thing. If you want to get good at something, quitting after a couple of months, like 8 weeks, just won't do it. It just doesn't. Yeah, so for me as well, producing nothing but Anarchy Online videos, it would become a little tedious. I mean, you look, most gaming channels don't purely focus on one game. They may focus on a particular game for a time. And what I saw when when AO hit Steam, was a bunch of people trying to monopolize on the fact that that had happened. Behind, follow, run away from the explosion. And I don't blame them, why not? You know. But, you know, it was a bit of a Funcom launch, wasn't it? Let's be perfectly honest here. It wasn't the best launch you've ever seen. My God, what happened to my frame rate? Yeah, that explosion kills it. So yeah, I mean, there were much bigger channels suddenly deciding they were interested in Anarchy Online, you know, whereas I'm thinking, yeah, okay. You know, I've just been here producing videos for the last 3 years. You know, don't worry about me. So yeah, there's a little bit of that, but you know, good luck to anyone to try, and why not? I mean, and the other side of that coin, obviously, is if a bigger channel starts promoting the game, well, it just brings more people to the game, surely. You know, it's part and parcel. But a lot of channels based are just that. They're very commercial in their outlook, which is fine. I mean, that is the way the world works. You know, they look at what's trending on YouTube and like, oh, Anarchy, oh, I used to play that, you know, 10 years ago. I'll make a couple of vids and see how they do, and then it kind of disappears. Other people like me just like Anarchy Online and want more people to play it. So, you know, there's only so much message board spamming I can do, and I think I can do a bit more by making videos and showing people the ropes and, you know, how much fun the game can be. And it is still a unique game. No other game has the ability to twink things, and that's it for me. That's what really makes Anarchy Online. Yes, there's broken mechanics and a lot of mismanagement by Funcom over the years that has definitely hindered the game. I've said before, if Shadowlands had been held off for another year and released as it stands now, it would have been a massive success. But it wasn't. It didn't happen that way, you know. So yeah. Anyway, we've got basic shoplifter to do, which is why I'm not too worried about having the blind still running. It's really not going to make a lot of difference. Let's go to trade again. I almost forgot where it was. In fact, I have forgotten where it was. Isn't it around here somewhere? I thought so. Right. Behind and follow. So yeah, I didn't have a lot to talk about that's directly to do with AO for this episode that wouldn't just be me repeating myself from last time, so I thought I'd mention a few other things. So yeah, after the Steam release, we haven't seen any kind of feedback from Funcom. They've not really promoted it. You know, they've actually got a game that's been a commercial success in its first few months, so they're kind of like a fish out of water. They're kind of, this has never happened before. What do we do? Oh my God, people are buying the game. Oh my God. You know, it is just that. It is that ridiculous. Can I get my pets? No. Might even lose them, I don't know. I have no idea what they're actually fighting. It's probably something way too tough for them. But hey, what can you do? Right, and now we're down here for these guys. I should really scope this out and find a better route to take, you know, but somehow I never get around to doing it. Even though I've got a little Omni-Toon that I bring to come and buy med suits for me. I used to buy them, sell them by the truckload on GMI, which was pretty cool, but not so much anymore. I think most people, when they make a new account, just get the free one from the startup area in a REIT. However, you know, I'd rather have the 15k and just buy my way out and get out of there. You know, unless there's stuff I actually want from there. And every playthrough I've done, I have pretty much covered, I think, everything you can get in there. I think everything bar the AI mission in there. But, I mean, yeah, you can do that, but you know, there's quicker ways to get alien XP. Namely, just regular missions, to be honest. Okay, let's see how we do on the zone. And forward click. And there we go, we're in the grid. Right, let's get this handed in as fast as possible. I've got those. quicker we hand it in, the quicker we lose our flag, and then I can go off to Shadowlands. See if we can't find ourselves a doja a little faster for this one. Mission complete. 5-4. Okay, so that's that gone. What have I got? I should probably put the daily stuff into serendipity. That's going to give me stamina. Yeah, that's going to give me the maximum, I think. And then I'll do the others up to 9 in Inferno missions and the like. Okay, we shall hand in the Alien Daily. Desperately want more Alien XP. Barely moved the little bar along, but hey. Right, I do need to speak to Warden Staines as well. Let him know there's another dead prisoner. Like, we haven't done that I don't know how many times this week, but hey. Yeah, when I was talking about doing too many let's builds, or, you know, they are in a sense a let's play, but I involve, you know, all the stuff we are doing, so the weapon choices, etc, and quests, and, you know, every time I do them, every time I go to Sheol, I complain like you wouldn't believe, etc. So, you know, that will probably never change unless the quest does. So that's that done. We'll hand in the elite. See if I can land on it. Oh, God damn it. I can do it much easier when I can see a physical character rather than your, you know, pyramid character you get inside the grid. A little harder to aim. It shouldn't be. It's got a pointy end. You know, that usually is how you aim things, with the pointy end first. Not always. Can I have my reward now? Yes, you can. So there we go. That's that one. Oop, bit of a lag spike. What time are we at? Well, yeah, we're probably due. Okay, now I'm not saved in Inferno, so that's something else we should probably do as well. Right, before we progress, let's put on the Inferno boots. Double check. Yes, we still have our ring. Yeah, there's the Arid Rift daily you can solo as well on pet classes quite easily. Probably more easily on, I would say, crap. Where the hell have I put the ring? I know I've got one. Yep, there we go. There we go. Pandemonium. And through to Inferno. Now, we're going to be... Oh, my map's actually run out. That almost never happens, but hey. Yeah, I've also got the HUD items to sort out. Yeah, I did the veteran playthrough. Then I followed it up with a Let's Build a Tomb, the very first one, which is still there if you ever want to go have a look and watch that. Then followed it up with another, which I called Let's Build Another Tomb. You can see how imaginative I am when it comes to video titles or series titles. Not very, but, you know, call it what it is. And that was the NT. At the same time, there was the Froob one in between that, and then we've done this Fatty one. Was he the second? Fatty was the second one, I think, although we just called it Let's Build. But it was the first time I involved people in, you know, picking out a particular class, etc. So, you know, and the breed and everything else. And yeah, thanks a lot for that. Because you guys, yeah, totally tried to troll me with that one. But yeah, Fatty is a solid character now. He's quite valuable in raids. And he's very tanky. Yes, I know we've... stumbled along to here. I'm going to have a bit of a pop at Creepy if I can. There we go. I'm going to try and ignore the other guy. Let's put the pets over there. Oh, I've got a few too many. Ow, ow, ow. Yes, indeed. Now, if you run off, we should only get the one we're attacking. I don't have a dot ring, unfortunately. That also works. How many have I got now? Neither one of the ones following is the one I want. Kiting for the win. Let's get some blinds in there. Hopefully let the pets deal with it. Get you guys a bit nearer, and then Twitchy, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do the same on dog meat. I'm going to move away. And we go back to healing, including myself. Boost my ACs a bit. Right, with Twitchy, I'm going to hit reconstruction. Oh, he's outside range. Okay. Give Twitchy that. That should do Twitchy. Then I need to start thinking about myself, so I'm going to use bio. There we go. Give myself bio regrowth. Just get my health back while we're fighting. Apparently you can use these when you're battled, I think. Oh, it's nano points, so kind of useless. Yeah. Keep you guys all blinded. Twitchy, I think you need a bit more assistance on the health, don't you? Yes, you do. They're just going to keep spamming the blind. Oh god, I've got everything on me now. Fabulous. Just what I always wanted. Twitchy's a great little tank. Dogmeat, why are you ignoring the mob? Come on. No, junk. Okay. We're out of here, guys. Let's go. Yeah, it's always a bit troublesome pulling that mob with this character. Kind of odd. With Shade, you can either just stand there and kill it with all the mobs on you. Yes, you can do that. Just remember to use your siphon on as many mobs as you can, and then all the mobs are actually healing you while siphon is running on them. Yes, that works. In case you didn't know. Yeah, top tip. Siphon on multiple mobs. Yeah, so I kind of back-to-backed on a lot of Let's Builds, which meant here's the thing, when you just play a character and level them up, it's generally pretty fast for me. I mean, I have the resources to hand. I have a great guild that's really busy, etc. So, finding teams, getting stuff done, pretty damn easy. And, I have the other resources of years and years of experience and knowledge, as well as, funds and items and a means to get other items, and so it's pretty quick. I could do 0 to 220 in a week if I really wanted to. It would literally be that long. Research and all the rest of it obviously would take a little longer, but hey, now Hothian, let's deal with you guys. Oh good, ones that don't actually run off. That's nice. Now, have you got an insignia for me? Probably not. You have, but it's not the one I want. Where did I have this before? I'm sure I had it up there maybe. No, there's still no insignia. We may as well get one from the Somphis we're going to go and kill anyway, because I'll get that, save in the garden, and then use the garden beacon anyway, because I want to be saved there for other reasons, like doing lots of Inferno missions. If you're saved in the garden and you've got insurance recall beacon. Whoop-de-doo. You finish your mission and you're back in the garden to roll the next one, which is pretty cool. Okay, these guys should be on follow. So yeah, I'm not burned out on AO, just a little burned out on doing Let's Build a Toon videos, because they were so close together. I didn't really leave a satisfactory gap to finish those characters off completely. So I was kind of finding myself starting a new one while I was still, you know, playing an old one. So yeah. But hey, at least we can actually move around Inferno now a little less painfully. I think when we first got here, and I think how tough it actually seemed. What's that there? Oh yeah, bioshield. Yeah, when we first got here, God, it was painful. Everywhere we went, we were aggroed, and we really went. We just did not have the toolkit to deal with it, I think, essentially was the problem. But I like that. I like that kind of challenge to it. It's like some people play games on easy and think games are boring. Yeah, you're playing it on easy. Of course it's boring. It was never meant to be played on that. I mean, the easy mode is for, I just want to know what the story's about. And Anarchy Online is permanently fixed in hard mode. Even if you're a veteran. You go out and solo, everything's hard mode. Right, where's the thing? It's here, isn't it? It's always just out of sight, which is kind of annoying. Right, let us find El Somphis. I can see one here. Let's get our behind, follow, and kill. Now, this should be twofold. Number one, get a Doja, and obviously also find ourselves an insignia. Get saved back in the garden again. Okay, that was 2. I'm actually going to count how many. That was number 3. Oh God, this guy's now in my way. Come here. Over here. Thank you. No. No insignia either. Sometimes they get a few left over by the sides. People don't want to go near the big mobs. There we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to make a video here. Do you mind? Well, there's our insignia done. Don't need that. Yeah, I can delete it. Don't need the hacking device. That's a little Loby one. I think that's it for now. As soon as I can. There we go. No, not what we wanted. We've got a Desolate Marler as well. God, those were hard to fight when we first came to do these, if you remember. They're not really touching the sides anymore, and we don't even have a hot running or anything like that, so... You just really want to be in the video, don't you? That's what it is. All you're doing is making it hard to loot. There's one. I'm going over it. Thank you. It was somewhere. I can see his toes. Nope, nothing in that one. Okay, so we can snare these guys. Oh, no, what are you doing? Dog meat. There we go. Right, come on guys. Let's find more Somphis. Should have some somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Oh, you're still here? You're still following me? I can't believe you guys. Did one of them actually debuff me? I can't believe it. No, nothing on that one. No. Do you know what, guys? Get rid of this thing. Let's get rid of it. thought I got rid of all of them, but no, this one is determined to be in the video. I've actually had that as well on a few occasions, and I'll tell you right away, it's damn creepy. Where you get a player who keeps following you around. Are you making a video? Are you making a video? It's like, hello mum, kind of a thing. It's just, yeah, kind of creepy. Kind of stalkerish, maybe. You know, I don't mind if you happen to be where I am doing what I'm doing, then, you know, great stuff. You know, not a problem. It's a live game. People are allowed to be wherever they want to be. But yeah, deliberately following someone else around just in case they're making a video. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. You guys not? Oh, well, now you are. Attack, 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 attack. I can never see with Chicken Twitchy, it's so much harder to see if he's actually fighting something unless he turns around to do it. The animation's quite subtle. He just seems to be mashing a front kind of trunk at them, or whatever the hell that is. We'll just refer to it as the probe. No, I'm not seeing any. Maybe this guy? How many was that? I stopped counting, didn't I? Damn it. That's like about 10. Not far off 10, maybe. Yes, so yeah, I do use a reshade, but it's just, it looks more pleasing to my eyes with it. The game always looked best on CRT, but then you see, this was the thing. CRT technology had been around for as long as it had, and was as robust that your contrast ratio and sRGB was way better than it is on LCD panels. Oh, I've got an IPS panel. You may have. It's nowhere near as good as a decent CRT monitor used to be when it comes to colour reproduction. Nowhere near. Or contrast depth. You know, oh, HDR's the latest thing. Yeah. Yeah, we kind of had it in the 80s. You know, Sony Trinitron tubes, etc. were superb. The colour depth and everything was just mind-blowing. It was just that transmission technology was nowhere near as good. And if you want to blame anyone, it's Sony. Sony were still making vacuum tubes by way of CRT tubes right up until I think it was kind of late 90s, early 2000s. They just said, right, we're not making them anymore. And a lot of other people had theirs made at the same factory, and without Sony being there making them, supporting the factory effectively, the factory kind of shut down, which meant the smaller companies that were still making tubes couldn't keep up. So we all suddenly had to switch to LCD. But I kind of hung on a long time. When the first time I saw them, I mean, they're awful. They're like this milky, not very colourful, you know, because I was sat at home looking at a CRT, and a bloody good one. I had a Sony Triniton 19-inch monitor. It was awesome. The colour depth was superb. It was massive, I'll give you that. It was absolutely massive. But yeah, the picture on it was fantastic, and I've yet still to see firsthand, you know, a monitor, you know, equal that with LCD. It's just not quite as good. It just lacks something in the richness of the colours. You know, maybe these new HDR 8K ones will be that good. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, they're going to cost a lot more, because that was the thing, you see. The market itself for glass tube TVs, and people go, oh, look at that old thing. Yeah, well, get a picture on it and you will be gobsmacked by how good colour depth, etc. is. And I mean gobsmacked. Where are the... Oh, don't crash. Okay, my pets flashed on the screen and then disappeared again. Where have you gone? Why have you gone? You're in a hole. Okay, behind, follow. I'm doing this one solo then, guys, yeah? You two just sit there. Game can't even figure out you're stuck in a hole. I'll just leave you running against the wall like a numpty. Okay, I'm going to go all the way over here. And then use pet warp. Behind and follow. Well done. Now, was that so hard? I don't think it was. Right, another sunfish. See, he's not debuffed, is he? No. No, he is. Yeah, sometimes you come out here, you kill one. And sometimes you come out here and kill all of them, I think. How many are there, I wonder? How many actually spawn? Come on. No. Denied. Yeah. The other thing about YouTube as well is if you're just starting out and we're hoping to get rich, oh dear. Yeah, adpocalypse has happened. I'm not a channel that bothers talking about YouTube politics much, but yeah, what happened was it was actually a fake report as well. There was a supposedly, video that is quite overtly racist, and someone faked a screenshot of Coca-Cola being advertised on it. Way, don't you? Truth is, that didn't happen. No. Yes, the video exists. No, I don't think that kind of stuff should be out there. However, that's where the truth ended, because the date of when this ad was supposedly shown on this particular video is after it had its ad revenue done. Oh, is this a sanctuary? Yeah. So yeah, we're going to have to run back to Sorrow anyway. And then cash this one in. So yeah, the story wasn't actually true, but that didn't stop a bunch of high-paying advertisers not advertising on YouTube anymore. I mean, I'm not worried. None of my content's too racy, or it's all family friendly, and I'd never set out to be family friendly. It was just that I know, my kids and grandkids watch my videos. I want to watch Granddad, I want to watch Grandpa's video so I can hear Grandpa's voice, and they like to do that. So I'm aware of that. And the thing that happens is, as you become an adult with kids, etc., you learn not to effing blind all the time. Yes, we're all guilty. Occasionally we let one slip in the car, driving in the car, someone does something completely foolish in front of you, and you might say something you regret because suddenly this little voice in the back of the car repeats what you've just said. And if you don't sort of tell them, no, we don't use words like that, then, next thing you know, you're getting a phone call from the school. Your son's just said this. It's not good. So yeah, that's the only reason. It just so happens that advertisers like that too, which is kind of hypocritical of advertisers, I think, because you get, these big companies, and they advertise on, like the Walking Dead or whatever it's called, which is like zombie apocalypse, sex and violence. And they're quite... Oh, didn't save. I do want to save in the garden. And they're quite happy to have regular ads on TV against shows like that. Or, these pretty hard-hitting dramas and stuff, like Breaking Bad, touches on some pretty terrible, content. I mean, that's the story, and Breaking Bad was absolutely brilliant. One of the best things I've ever sort of watched on TV or what have you. Let's kill that off. But those same advertisers were quite happy to run Pepsi ads alongside it, but they don't want to run ads on something by something as which is basically comedy, like or parody, like Boogie do in Francis, which is a character he created. It's not a real person, and he's basically just a nerd freaking out at something. But it's also he says in his own words, I think it's something along the lines of, it's also a character he can kind of vent with, kind of from behind, and say, well, I didn't say that, the character said that. I get that. I actually respect it as well. It's quite a smart way to do things. So yeah, there's that side of it as well. So yeah, if you decided to get onto YouTube and become a millionaire overnight, you pick probably the worst time ever to try and do that. But hey, who's to say? Who knows? So there we go. We creep ever closer to our goal, which is 80 levels of research and 30 levels of AI completed. But obviously that is going to take some time. Oh yes, it is. So yeah, we will be back soon with another Let's Build, but I kind of want to finish this one off. And the thing is, I don't want to keep making the same video. I could upload a video every day in theory, let's say. I could record what I'm doing right now, not say a word, and just upload it to YouTube without titles or anything else. Some people would still want to watch that, but that to me, it's just like, no, I'm selling people short there. They subscribed to the channel because they liked what they saw and they wanted to see more of it and didn't want to miss it. And I appreciate that. And I'm not going to let people down by just chucking out any old tosh. So I'm not going to put one of these up every other day of me just running these missions, nor am I able to at the moment. That's just kind of the way it is. So yeah, there we are, folks. I will see you in the next one, and like I say, there'll be another Let's Build Series 4. We're running out of class options, aren't we? What have we got left? Trader, MP, Agent. I think that's it. I've got everything else already kind of done. So yeah, we will have another go at that. And then breeds, we've got nothing left but Nano Gimp to choose from, but I'm not making anything Nano Gimp. You can get lost. No, not happening. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, folks. Bye for now.